Hello.
Grace, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Okay. I mean, so many questions, so many things to unpack. But let's start with this is a story that throughout my life I've been hearing, obviously, right? This was something that made headlines back when everything was happening and continued to make headlines. So, how much of the Amanda Knox story did you know before going into this?
A lot less than I thought I did.
Yeah.
I think like everyone and hopefully when everyone watches this they'll experience the same thing of thinking they knew more than they did and learning a lot. There's so much more to this story than the public knows or decided to look deeper into. And it's so I'm so thankful that I get to be a part of this story that helps Amanda, really reclaim it.
So, what was the first time meeting Amanda like?
I was very nervous, and she eased those nerves very quickly. She was extremely open with me and comfortable and trusting, which made me feel even more passionate about telling her story. She was just a really beautiful, soulful person that cared a lot about telling this story truthfully, and not making anyone the villain, but just telling it how it happened. And hopefully it changes some people's minds.
Yeah. Was it hard to sit with at first that this is the Amanda Knox that you've been hearing about and sitting in front of her and talking to her?
It was wild. Yeah, it was a very out of body experience.
Yeah.
I remember saying it in the middle of the Zoom that when I first met, I'm like, this is crazy, especially for her to like be meeting this random actress who's about to play her like that. I could not imagine. So it took us a while to even get to any questions because we just couldn't believe what was happening. But as we talked more and got closer, she's so easy to talk to, and I'm so thankful that I had her as a source to create this.
Yeah. And I hear that you guys filmed part of it where the murder actually took place. How was that difficult for you? Just, realizing that you're in the middle of it. And then I heard that it kind of maybe the townspeople, had mixed emotions about it as well.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's so much pain and tragedy involved in this story with the murder of Meredith Kercher, and it's so painful for so many people who were involved and who knows about it, and that's why it was so important for all of us to approach it as sensitively as possible and thoughtfully.
Yeah. And I love how you framed it about this is Amanda telling her story and reclaiming her narrative as well. What parts for you stood out the most when you were filming, whether it's the part that was the most difficult or just something that would stick with you?
The facts really stood out to me. I couldn't believe the amount of mistakes that happened, that still led to her wrongful conviction. Like, the fact that there was no evidence and that the evidence they did have was contaminated, and there were all of these factors that they either ignored or kept from the public and really chose carefully what they publicized. And it was so dangerous to everyone involved because it created this whole downward spiral of things based on complete bias.
Yeah. How does it feel? I mean, I just want to know, like, for example, obviously you mentioned how big of a responsibility it is to play a real life person, and then the person is there as well.
Yeah.
What did that feel that she entrusted you with her story?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that someone who's had her story told for her for 18 years now, that she was willing to trust somebody to tell it. I really, it was so beautiful to me, and such a beautiful part about her is that she is willing to trust still and forgive, and that is why she's able to move on and have a full life and not live in complete anger. She is willing to let go and hear people, and she's just such an open person, and I found that very inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you want people to know about Amanda? Like, what was it personally that you wanted to keep intact? I know you mentioned, obviously, the facts of the case, and there's things that come to light, but what about Amanda, the person, did you want to make sure that you kept intact?
I wanted people to understand her. I wanted people to see and feel her essence as a human being. And the only way for me to understand that was to talk to her and listen to her. And it's so interesting because her personality is what also got her into trouble in so many of these cases and headlines, and these little behaviors that she did that people really scrutinized. When in reality, hopefully when you watch it, you see that, yes, she did those things. Yes, she maybe made some behavioral mistakes, in quote, but she was a 20-year-old girl who had never dealt with anything close to that, and hopefully just humanizes those things more, because I don't know if anyone would know how they would react in a situation like that.
That leads me to my next question is, were there moments where you realized just how young she was going through all of this?
Yes, I was reminded all the time. And I'm older than that, and I feel so young now.
Right.
In terms, and being 20 years old, that is a child. And I was reminded a lot, and it made it even more upsetting.
I know the true crime genre obviously has a lot of people that are very interested in things as they're unfolding, but what because it seems like you guys put in a lot of things in place to make sure that you kept the sensitivity in place. What do you hope the audience gets from it?
I really hope that they're able to form an opinion based on facts and not bias and the memory of the headlines they had at the time. I hope, the people going into this, no matter what they think, if it's a strong opinion, I hope that this opens people up a little bit more to reconsider things and maybe do a little more research and, just have a more open-minded view on what happened.
Yeah, definitely going to start the conversation again.
Yeah.
And introduce a new generation too.
Totally. That's all we need. Conversation. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you.
You too.